owie na ochire mu say gold for oil no e de eka buy pa. Now domestic gold purchase program no so and also the eka buy kai from 1963 they started say to gold. Yet kroma na Bawumia mo every brandy gold purchase Ghana ye PMMC and na ye purchase na Bawumia mo buy am so the bibia be friend no gold for reserve na ni nyina gold purchasing program ya omo beto ye no. Now Bawumia mo buy ya Bawumia say the bibia friend gold purchase program abano Bank of Ghana for say under Bawumia Ekufuado Addison a car gold that was a to a store no Bank of Ghana through PMMC under Bawumia almost some the gold for the gold purchase program bano na ye bo a kankwa 5.66 billion, meaning sika Bank of Ghana ye edema PMMC so omo fan to sika kokko na yemfa nguo na daachi bi yenton no e ka ebeda ho no and Bawumia Ekufuado Gabi Ochidakon Kennedy Japan brand champion eye country 5.66 billion in 2024 nkwa omunya audit 2025 halfway 2024 Satellite Gold Board in Bayo where under Bawumia where under MPP where Bawumia or say gold purchase program on the BBF for the gold for reserve abano the same thing or rebranding no under Bawumia na ewua PMMC director no they made a loss of 5.66 billion. Now momi ankotie the governor na hwe a car enkofo wi ebogu eho. This is the governor of the Bank of Ghana.
So and Governor, you indicated that at the New Year's school, there were some comments that were made with respect to the Gold for Oil program, which indicated some losses, especially some loss making for the Gold for Oil program. Indeed, if you look at the gold inflows, we are looking at some $3.96 billion, which is reported in the report, pages 16 to 17. Are you able to tell us how much of this relates to specifically to gold for oil and which losses have been incurred based on your earlier assertion?
Madam Chair, I have some data here I can provide on the net losses for the gold for oil and also net losses for the gold for reserves. In 2022, the net losses for the gold for oil was about 74.44 million Ghana cedis. We did not have a net loss for the gold for reserves in 2022. Then in 2023, the net loss for the gold for oil was 317.69 million. In 2023. On the other hand, the net loss for the gold for reserves, the losses in 2023 was 1 billion and 54.84 Ghana cedis. A little over 1 billion was the net loss for the gold for reserves in 2023. Then in 2024, the net loss for the gold for oil was 1.8 billion Ghana cedis in 2024. On the other hand, the net loss for the gold for reserves in 2024 was 3.8 billion Ghana cedis. Now, for 2025, and as we have indicated, this data is under audit, and we will want to wait until the audit is over. We will publish our financials by March this year. When we publish it, the data for 2025 will be provided in those financials. So as I've mentioned, it's not a question about losses then and now. It is that these schemes were introduced to address a specific national problem. What to do going forward is how to reform it, how to make it more efficient. A number of things have been done by us. If we have time, I could run you through them. by way of reforming it. I have all the details here. I can provide to your committee to read for yourselves. But going forward, our appeal is to move in a unified manner. We want everyone to get on board, to reform this better, and to sharpen its efficiency so that it supports, economic stabilization, it supports our reserves build-up going forward. At the Bank of Ghana, we have started. This week, our board is having a joint meeting with the board of the Gold Board for a start. Beyond that, we are going to be meeting with other stakeholders, and we'll be happy for experts in Parliament to join us. We believe that it can be made a win-win. A friend of mine made a comment that I want to share with the committee on this. He said, if this issue doesn't unite us as a country, then he doesn't know what other issue will unite us.
That was Governor of Bank of Ghana, Dr. Isiama. Me catch him last time. Reforms are very important. To sustain gold board, to sustain gold for reserve and all that, it is only through reserves, reforms. We need to reform the system. Reform quite a bit to change the system way. Reform quite a bit to mama sa programs way, gold for reserve, gold for a gold board. Sa reforms, the Bank of Ghana, Parliament, the citizenry, the stakeholders, we need to come and have better reforms, better laws to tighten it up. And then now let's speak on the issues and all come once. Bank of Ghana governor can not see in Kratanini. Maminche Muncha Ghana for the ye beto ye. Bawumia gold for reserve no time about Bawumia mobile power. Say almost to gold. Edi Siama Ghana omo boka. Mahamudu Bawumia ni MPP forecast somebody be a friend gold for oil ayeba. Edi ababe making sure say ye better petrol bofu. And then the reason here Bawumia di gold for oil buy you. Gold for oil nenya say ye de call chart edi akonsider yama Samira o. Gold for oil nenya say ye de kwa koto gold na ye de akwa bo obisi. Gold for oil Bawumia de buy and or say ebeboa ma ya to petrol bofu wo Ghana. Kumasi drivers, Techiman drivers, Cape Coast drivers, and the Ghana Nikoto petrol and the Bawumia. Nanko say gold for oil no, and my petrol echo as slow as 6 cedis. But to see, Sadia na Bawumia katu ye trim no, and ye and no na gold board ye. A car and a debaye and a ma petrol boso echo sro. Now, all the German or say, Oba afi 2022 gold for oil, any gold for reserve no, omumi enunina, sebio, a car beda huni. Or is it 2022? Gold for oil about Bawumia de buy no, omo boka 74.4 million cedis. A car ne dahono no. Bawumia ka say otam gold ni keke. Na odi akọ Dubai, na wakoton, na odi ajid petrol ba edi ne boka because there was a middleman Alpha Stream. Sa Alpha Stream Ghana oye jumama Bawumia Ekufuado and the Gabi. So omo gold 10 packs emu 3 packs ene kudu Dubai. Na de 7 na kano no man nane nye di sikana breba Bawumia no de campaign. Into 2022 no gold na was say gold for oil na nka was say dem for soba no yenya eye eka 74.4 million cedis. In 2022 gold for reserve gold na ye to see no oma record eka bia because Satan na oma introduce the gold for reserve ewo mutim they started to rebrand into number say omu change dino send e be ya ye be refi say gold for reserve no we have been doing it since 1963. Now omu ba afi 2023 gold for oil eboka 317 million Ghana cedis. Mahamudu Bawumia ka say gold for oil no be ma yemfaso e be ma ya ti petrol so and you know this policy in the buy and so you go 2023 no ye boka gold for oil ye tam gold den gold na ya nane no na ye dia ma Alpha Stream third party no dia ti plane mu kwa abruchire Dubai so the top petrol abreye anta gold ni ndu ono na ya ti 70% di Bawumia ne nkofo ehia omo Dubai na omo yi omo 70% 30% no okwa na ono so akote ne kabale na wa top petrol 10% no dia abreye 2023 gold for oil nkwa Bank of Ghana governor document nature say under Bawumia MPP omo boka 317 million over gold for reserve gold that ye to esie no ye to gold na de abesie yema PMM sika MMC sika se omkoto gold besie ewua. In 2023 no Ghana boka 1.54 billion Ghana cedis. Gold ni atoto ye no omudi mu fa. 1.5 billion ye hu sa sika no. Bawumia saw the gold for oil and for gold for reserve. Gold for reserve na o hoda da wo. Omo ba no be change di no. 2022 no so we change di no. 2023 gold for reserve ne boka 1.5 billion. Busa hu say sa gold ne fahin. Bawumia, Gabi, Bamti, Ekufuado, Oforiata, gold ne ba na ya che. Obeko na entuma bo Samira mu na yesisa gold gu no mo siripo achichidi echi ntoma na edane kon wo mo di kofi.